guys. Okay, so today I decided I gotta do a video on making energy balls, so chi balls. So I just got you at my altar here. We're gonna go ahead and burn some incense and some sage and some palo, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just do a little demonstration for you. I'm in my jammies and it's late at night, so I'm not doing a full profile video where you can see me, but you can see my hands. All right, so let's get some incense going here. So the energy ball is something that we usually start with in Reiki, and you can do this even without being attuned. It's just not as strong. Now I have my prenite. I have prenite rings. I don't know if you can see this crystal. I don't have my flash on right now. Hold on. I have you propped up on some crystals right now. Okay, so there's my prenite ring. So prenite is the healer stone. So it's the healing stone for the healer. Okay, so prenite. So I have 2 rings that I wear, one on each hand. That's just my preference. It's my special thing. I don't have any of my other rings on right now. But when I do healing, I always wear these, okay? And then I also have a matching mala that I use. So if you can, I highly recommend, if you can find prenite, Prenite, it is, this is something you need for sure as a healer. So you don't necessarily have to have a mala. You can get a beaded bracelet or a ring, or you can just have one of the stones kind of nearby you. Alright, so what we're going to do is propping you up here. I'm going to go ahead and burn some sage. Now, the energy ball this is typically how I start out my Reiki sessions. So I do a lot of distance healing, which I personally feel is a lot, it's much more effective. And the reason for this is because when you're in person, your energies are so close together, and your auras are overlapping. And I mean, in person is intense energy, don't get me wrong, but distance healing tends to be much easier when you're working with spirit and your angel guides, and having them, invoking them for their assistance. We tend to be more comfortable in our space, and the client tends to be more comfortable in their space. There's less inhibition, so we tend, it can be nerve-wracking at times for people when they come in for Reiki, when they don't understand much about it, or if they've never had it before. They tend to have a hard time relaxing, so I personally like distance healing. In Reiki, this is a metaphysical healing modality. So basically, there is no time or space limitations, which means that when you send Reiki, it is possible to send it for the future or for the past. Okay, so you can heal the future and heal the past. You can send energy forward or backward. You do not have to be in the presence of your client for distance healing. Now, distance healing is the Hanshase Shonen symbol, and this is typically learned. A lot of masters teach it in level 2. I teach it in level 2. But by level 3, you have it mastered. And so with that being said, you are able to do distance healing. Okay, so typically what I do with an energy chi ball is I start off with this in my sessions, and I tap into the client's energy. I make sure I'm grounded. I sage myself. I also have, you can get these different types of spritzers. This is the shamanic spirit cleanser that I use. I have a soul spray. These have crystals in them. They're infused. And I have, if I can find it, I use it a lot, so I'm not too sure. Oh, here it is. I have a roll-on as well. Sacredness, higher consciousness. So I use these for my sessions. I spray myself, I use the sage, I do my grounding, I light my candles. I always have a candle lit, okay? And I do some roll on there. So, but basically today we're just going to talk about the energy ball, how to create it, and what that looks like. So for me, how I have learned to do it and how I find is effective. 1 second, I'm just going to grab my wand. Perfect. Okay. So I have my Reiki wand here. This is what I use typically when I'm doing my symbols, drawing my symbols. Now, when I start and I've grounded, I've saged, I've, made sure that I'm tapped in and I've tapped into the other person's higher self, and we're ready to start a session, I just take my palm, I draw the symbol, Choku-rei. You can do it once, you can do it twice, you can do it 3 times. I don't need to do it because my palms are so embedded, but I do it anyways, and I usually only do it once, okay? But you can do it 3 times. So once that's done, you just kind of sit and you rub your fingers gently together like so. And then the palms, I'll try and do this so you can see. The palms, I just gently kind of rub them together and you'll start feeling warmth. And what I want you to do is just relax and focus on opening your crown chakra to channel the Reiki energy. And I want you to envision the Choku-rei symbol above your head in light language. Okay, so you're going to see it glowing. It's a Choku-rei symbol. It'll be above your head. And you want to open your channels and allow it to start flowing. And you'll start feeling it come into your body. It's a very subtle feeling when you first start out. Now, my hands are really hot right now. My palms are like burning hot. Okay, now yours probably won't be burning hot, but you'll feel a little bit of warmth. And then what you want to do is you want to open your hands like this. Okay, and usually what I do is I just kind of go like this, and if you close your eyes and you concentrate, you will be able to see the energy ball. Okay, you can make yellow ones, golden ones, you can make violet, blue, just depends on what you're working on. Okay, so I can feel the energy in between my 2 palms right now. And how you do this is you slowly bring your hands away like this. Okay, you pull it apart just a little bit, and then you go to push it back in, and you'll feel a resistance in your palms, and it'll start to tingle a bit. That's how you know the size of your ball. You can feel the ball, okay? It's definitely there. So I'll sit here and you can meditate. You can even, I'm going to try and do this so you can see. So the energy is between my palms. You can see how it's affecting that candle flame. It's really, yeah. So that's just an example of how to test and see, okay, that you have that energy. Okay, so now you have your energy ball. And 1 second here. Now you have your energy ball, and so what I do is I have a picture of my client. You don't have to have a picture, okay? You can just tap in, feel their energy, focus in on them. Pictures definitely help, okay? And once you have your ball, usually I have the picture on the phone, and I have it set on my lap. And I take this ball, and I put my intention strongly into it. I say their name, I invoke the spirit of Reiki, and I call forward my Reiki guides. And I take the ball, and I go like this on their picture. And I say their name, and I direct it towards them. Okay? And then I bring my hands up and I place them together in front of my heart. And I bow. Okay? And then once I've done that, I come back, pick up the energy, grab it in my hands, and I put my arms straight up in the air and release it up, 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 up into the atmosphere, okay, into the universe. And then I bow again. So that's usually how I start with an energy ball. Some people play with their energy balls and toss them around. You can play with them. You can put them in your bath water. There's so many things. But the energy ball is a great place to start with Reiki, because you're basically learning how to create the conduit, the flow of energy, and how to actually feel it, okay? And then how to direct it. So there you have it, my dears. That is how I do my energy ball. And I hope that was somewhat helpful. I probably will do another video when I'm, you can get me in a full shot there. So I hope you ladies have a beautiful evening and that you learned something from that. Let me know if you have any questions.